Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome to episode 29 of the Let's Play series here on Court Farms Country Park. So I hope you're all doing good and having a nice day. What do you think of that? I've been really keen to get this Renault hooked up to the Richard Weston trailer just because the colours are almost exact. Kind of. I think the Renault's a little bit of a darker tinge of orange, but it still looks awesome if you ask me. So, what we're doing... It's all about the harvest still today. We're in the same game day as we were in the last month. Look at the bull there. Enjoying his big mound of poop. King of the hill, quite literally. And the pasture. Yeah, so anyway, harvest time still. We've got 3 more fields left to harvest. Our field of field beans is not quite in a harvestable state yet. That's in a few months' time. But we have our field of barley, we have a field of rye, and we have our big field of oats over yonder in the distance over there. So we need to crack on with that. We're still in the same game day as last month because the weather has given rain for July the 2nd, and obviously I don't want to be harvesting in the rain, so I need to crack on and get everything done tonight, ideally. That's how I need to do it. Now, the barley, rye and oat that needs to be harvested, the oat and the rye I'm going to stick straight into the grain mill so we can get flour produced. I can do the same with barley as well, but I'm going to put the barley into the silo and essentially keep that aside for chicken feed. So I'm not spending money unnecessarily on pallets of chicken feed. That's the route I need to go down with that. Now, obviously I need to address the manure dung heap-shaped elephant in the room, and also the slurry pit is absolutely full, 100% full, so I need to make a dent in that as well. Now, come next month in August we can get canola planted, so what I intend to do is and also the grass field it's not ready to cut yet. It's still growing, but it's in the dark green colour in the PDA, so hopefully this is going to be the second cut is going to be ready possibly next month. I will need to wait for the second growth stage to get as much as possible out of it. But if I can, obviously I will be using up our natural fertiliser that our wonderful cows have produced. But as I say initially, so I can start making a bit of space in the tank, in the pit, I plan on getting one of the fields drilled with canola next month, and we will use as much as we can from... I'm going to start with a slurry because that is 100% full, so I need to start utilising that ASAP. So, I think that's that. There's not much more to run down really as for everything else on the farm. The cows, chickens and sheep are all okay for food at the minute. The cows do need a little bit of mucking out, but I do tend to do that off camera anyway, and add to the heap over there. Oh, he's come down off his hill. Oh no, back up again. So, I'm going to start, I think, on the big field of oats. We're going to get that done because that's the field that's going to take the longest. I'm not going to pop that into a cinematic like I did in the last video because I did it in the last video. So I appreciate you probably just don't want to see the same thing over and over again. Although I suppose I might put it into a very short one. I'm still a bit undecided yet. But yeah, I'll figure that one out in a second. So, I'm going to run, the Renault's going to be running grain cart for us today, just because I really like the look of this convoy in its orangey yellow splendour. And again, repeating myself, I appreciate that from the last episode, but I absolutely love this tractor. It's an absolute weapon. Almost 200 horsepower. I know it's a medium, no, it's a small tractor, I think. Or is it medium? I can't remember. It's a good one, though. That's all I can say. Brilliant. Love it. Very happy I've got it. So, right, let's crack on. We need to get the header down to the oat field. We need to kind of spin this around a bit. Let's just reverse it and get it through the gap here. Take it down the lane to the oat field. Get the harvester hooked up. Do you know what? I think I am going to pop it into a little slightly shorter time lapse, just because it's. I suppose it does make for half decent content, I guess. Now, I'm going to hook the header up here, because I don't want to pull into the... that's the barley, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's just leave that there. There we go. Let's go grab the combine and get to it. hopefully I'll beat the dark, because we're in July. I'm kind of assuming we're going to have a slightly longer day today, so I'm hoping I can get everything squeezed in today before it gets dark. So let's just give ourselves a bit of room to manoeuvre here. Please forgive me if there's a little bit of micro stutter. I've been noticing it today since I've had the game on. I've just had to update my graphics drivers, and it seems to have caused a very occasional intermittent micro stutter, which drives me potty, unfortunately, but there's not really much I can do about it, so forgive me if anyone notices it. Right, let's get this PTO hooked up. Unfold that. Alright, let's just make sure I've still got straw swath enabled. Yep, we do. Wonderful. Excellent stuff. Let's drop that header down. Power her up. And I shall join you back in, hopefully, no more than a couple of hours when all this work is done. So, see you all soon. Right, that's us all done. All 3 fields harvested. So that's almost all the harvest done for now, for this year. We've still got the field beans on the left of us there to do, which will be September, October time, I think. So, while that grain cart is taking the last of it over to the grain mill, we shall get everything disconnected here, get everything taken back to the farm. There we go, let's drop that off. I think everything deserves it, and that wasn't very good, was it? Goodness me. Thankfully, we have the header auto load function thing working well. Better than I'm doing anyway. Right, back to the farm. I'm going to give everything a wash off, and I shall run through some numbers with you. Right, that's everything cleaned off and tidied up, put away where it needs to be. Most things anyway. We've mucked out the cows, I've cleaned off all the tractors, cleaned off the combine, cleaned off the header. So let's stick this away for the night into our lovely little neat collection of tractors. Kind of feels like Jay Leno's garage, but for agricultural equipment. That's a nice thing to have though, isn't it? If I don't say so myself. Right, okay, numbers. I'll run through a few numbers with you now before I call it a night and fast forward, or go to sleep, sorry, till next day of July. So, from the barley, first of all, we harvested 23.2 tonnes, and that is all in the silo. That equates to 30,981 litres, and now that is essentially, for now anyway, that's all going to be for the chickens. That's chicken feed. So, we're stocked up on that, so I don't need to buy any more pallets of chicken food or anything like that. That should keep them going for a little while. The cows are due a bit of a top-up of food, but I think I'm going to do that first thing in the morning before we crack on with a bit of field prep. Regarding what we've put into the grain mill, if I pop into the menus very quickly, where are we? Production systems. Right, so we, what do we do? Oat and rye. So there we go. We've got 37,000, or just over, we had just over 37,806 litres of rye and 51,000 litres of oat. We had a little bit more than that. Obviously, that's been running now for a few minutes. And that is distributing the flour to our bakery, which has now got 465 litres of bread. How you measure bread in litres, I don't know. But, yeah, main thing is, it's being produced, it's being fired over to the bakery, and at some point soon, we should see ourselves a nice few chunky pallets of bread outside the bakery for us to go and sell. So that's excellent. What I plan on doing, before I do call it a night, I'm going to plant canola in this bottom field here, field 109, I think it is. So yeah, this is the one we're going to stick canola in because of its location close to the bees. Now bees obviously increase the yield of canola, so that's why I'm going to stick it in here. And also it's a bit of crop rotation. Canola we initially had in the further bottom field down there, which I think is field 57, I think. So yeah, bit of crop rotation, good for the soil. We'll get it in here this time, next, and planting time is August. So tomorrow, July the 2nd, we're going to get in here, we're going to mulch, we're going to spread a bit of lime, and then essentially we're going to do the bare minimum tomorrow on July the 2nd. We'll get this field prepped, ready to be drilled on the 1st of August, and we'll keep the animals topped up as we need to do. And then essentially once that's done, I will then fast forward time to August in order to get the first of the canola down in this field. And then when the canola's down, then I'm going to use as much of that slurry as possible in this field here. Hopefully we might get through quite a bit of it, I think. So yeah, now we do obviously have another 3 fields of straw to get picked up, so that's going to be another job. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to wait till I've got this seed in here before I get that picked up. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of bale space management to do, isn't there? Because we've got quite a few. So I think what I might do, I might essentially stack a few more bales in here, maybe just to neaten it up, get another, 4, 8, 12, 16, maybe another 20 or so bales in here, just to bring the stack out to about here, and then anything that's left over, I'll fire off and sell and just make a couple of quid back from. We're not going to be short of straw for a while, and you can appreciate that. So, right, let's get ourselves to sleep, essentially, until tomorrow, and I shall pick the camera back up tomorrow morning. Morning, everyone. There we go. Just topping the cows up with a second feed mixer of food. Morning, big lad. Look at the size of that. I really do need to improve and sort out my manure management, don't I? I think I've got a little bit of an idea what I might do. I might sell this manure spreader and buy a slightly bigger one that has obviously a bigger capacity. So I can store some in here, because I think this is full. Oh. Couldn't be more wrong, could I? No, it's empty. But either way, it does have it's not got a huge capacity, so I may well... It's worth about 10 grand. There's there's a manure spreader out of the Roland pack that's... I think it's just shy of 30 grand. So I think that might be a wise option for me. It's a rear spreader as well. Now, this is a side spreader, and I have used this once, actually, on the farm so far. And it works well. It works perfectly well. But it's just a bit different. It's a bit awkward using the side spreader, so I thought I might, now that I do have quite a mountain of it, and we're going to carry on constantly having a mountain of it. Let me just shut this gate, actually. I think it might be a good idea for me to get a new one, to get a slightly better one, bigger capacity, wider spread. So that may well be the next thing on the shopping list. So, anyway, right. Let's wait for this thing to finish. Loading up. Where are we at food-wise, actually? Let's have a quick look. 87,000 litres. Let's pop in here and have a quick look-see. 24%. Okay. I'll leave that, let that crack on. So, what we're going to crack on with first is we're going to jump in the big green Fent, and we're going to hitch up to the, what do you call it? Goodness me. Empty brain. The mulcher. I'm going to get mulching. Let's see if I can squeeze out of here. Should think so. Don't deserve a driving licence if I can't get out of there. So, yeah, we're going to hitch up to the mulcher. We're going to get field 109 done. There we go. That sounded like it had finished, so let's pop that away so it's not in the way for now. Excellent stuff. Right, let's just hopefully almost straight line it back into the shed for now. There we go. Right, we'll stick this out the way in here, just over here for now. Excellent stuff. There we go for that one as well. Lift her up. Nice one. Right. So, let's get ourselves into the field and get mulching. But, before I do, this is something I've been meaning to mention in the last episode, and I just, it slipped my mind. Let me just turn this off for 2 seconds. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you, to everyone who's viewed any of my videos and subscribed to the channel thus far on my journey. Last week, we creeped over the threshold of 2,000 subscribers, and I am absolutely humbled to my core. I really am. As I say, forgive me that I didn't mention it sooner. I meant to do it in the last episode, and as I was editing it together, I realised I hadn't brought it to my attention. So, thank you to everyone, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, for getting the channel to where it is now. Now, don't get me wrong, baby steps and all that, compared to some where, I suppose it is only small numbers, but 2,000 subscribers is a massive thing. It really is for me. So, yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Right. Let's crack on. Let's drop this down. Excellent stuff. Right. we'll crack on with this. I'm going to get this one mulched. I think I may well pop this one into another little bit of a cinematic, as I like to do. And I shall pick you all back up when the job's done, and we'll probably be spreading lime, probably. Right. See you shortly. Right, that should be the last little strip there. All mulched. There we go. Job's a good one. Right, let's get that lifted up and folded up. So, next stage is get this field limed, and then I think we're just essentially going to do only anything that we need to do around the farm, which isn't going to be a great deal. I think I need to top up the chickens with a little bit of barley out of the silo, and I think that might be it for today. And then it'll be a case of jumping into next month. There we go. Getting the canola drilled. Oh, there we go. Right. So, lime. That's what we need. Now, I'm actually quite looking forward to making the most of our actual lime that we've produced out of our stones. What have we got in here? Solid fertilizer, right, so that needs emptying out, and I think we do have a couple of bags of lime left. Yeah, there we go. I suppose this time I don't need to faff around with the telehandler. I can just reverse up to it and load it up for the purposes of getting this job done. So, let's get ourselves into there, hook up the spreader. That should be about right. Not much room there, goodness me. Where are we? Not letting me get it. Just jump down here. There we go. A bit of a kerfuffle, wasn't it? Right, so let's just do that right here for now. Unload. This should I don't know if this will fill us all the way up. I don't think these were full bags, were they? I think there was just... Well, this one might be a full bag. Let's see. Not quite. But I'm hoping that when we pop into the pH level of the field, which one is it? Field 109, this one here, it still looks pretty good. So, we'll see how far 85% gets us, shall we? Right, let's get rid of that first. Bring up the mini-map. Right. I think I can actually get this entire section actually almost in one spread, I think. Yeah, just. Oh, that's close. Almost perfect. Okay, right. Let's see how far this goes. It is still going down reasonably quickly. I think we are going to need to top up, aren't we? I think that's an absolute definite. But needs must. But at least now we can start benefiting from our free lime, I suppose you could call it that. It did cost us money to put the machine down there to turn it into lime in the first place, but... It's going to be quite... Well, maybe not too close, but... I'm trying my best not to waste any along the field edges, and I think I'm roughly about where we need to be. %, 34. I'm going to try my best not to get anything sprayed into the next door field. I always do that. You know, when you come up to a field edge that's next to another one, you end up spraying the little corner and it just comes up as white. 23, 22. Oh. You know what? This is actually going to be very close. We might actually do this. $17, $16. We're going to do this. Come on, you beauty. There we go. I reckon I can get this one approaching it this way. Wow. Well, there's a surprise. Really wasn't expecting that. There we go. Right. Let's just check. pH value perfect. Weeds are growing. I will attend to that as and when. I might need to run the weeder in here once we've planted the canola. Or do I do that now? Decisions. Either way, we've limed the whole field in one sitting, so that's excellent. I'm very impressed with that. So, what's next? Let's get ourselves back into the yard here. And I think... Let's just pop that in there for now, out of the way. Engine off, jump out. Okay, so what's next? Trailer, barley. Let's give the chicken some food. So this is it. We'll just jump in this for now. They're not going to take a lot. I think we only take about 1,500 litres, 2,000 tops, I think, so let's... There we go. Connect up. Cables. There we go. Let's pop ourselves out of here. Cover off. Go. Barley. Yep. Right, that'll do. We're definitely not going to need any more than that. I hope. Now, this is the bit I don't like. I know it's not real, but still, just the concept of driving over your animals and through them and around. It's there's not much I can do about that. There we go. Wow, really? Is that it? Animals, chickens. Oh, 1,200 litres, right, okay. Fair enough. Right, let's get this lot tipped back into the silo. There we go. Is that there done? Put the cover back on. Pop the trailer back in the shed. Keep everything nice and tidy. Now I did, earlier on when I was feeding the cows, I stocked them up with straw. I used, we had a, if you see the forage trailer there, that was full of straw, so I emptied that and then I went round the headland of the, what was the barley field. Just behind the tractor workshop there, and picked up a little bit of the headland and topped it back up again. Ready for the next time when they need straw, which won't be too far away. Right, so... stick this thing back in here for now. Excellent. Nicely done. Okay. So, I think we're doing alright now. We're ready for a drilling down on the bottom field, field 109. That's going to be canola next month. And as I say, I've chosen that field due to its location for the bees. Bees increase the yield of canola. Both of our, all four of our beehives, sorry, are in pretty close proximity to that field, so that's going to be excellent. And once that canola is in the ground, as soon as it's in the ground, we're going to be getting as much of this stuff out of here as possible. And chucking it into the field. It might go quite quickly, actually, because I know I've been using it on the grass so far, and I appreciate that grass uses a lot less of a fertiliser than most cereal crops and whatnot. So the canola may well take a lot more. May well empty it, we don't know. But we shall see, we shall find that out. If it does run out, then I will start digging into this, quite literally, and use up a bit of that if we do run out of slurry. But I think the slurry should cover the field, I'd like to think. And I need to, as I said before, I'm going to have a strong think about replacing this manure spreader with something that's got a bit more of a capacity and a bit of an easier usage with a rear spread. So I'll show you the one I had in mind, actually. So if we go into here... no, want this one, don't I? Manure spreaders. It was this one here, the Roland Rollforce 6118. So it has a capacity of 18 cubic meters, 18,000 litres, and I think the one we have, which is here, has a capacity of 11,500 litres. So it'll hold a bit more. And it obviously has a much wider spread. This one has a 10 metre spread to the side, and this one can have a 12 or a 16 metre spread from behind. So I think I quite like the look of it. It seems about the right kind of size for this map. So yeah, I think we may well go for something like that. So watch this space. That may well be the next purchase. But I think for now, for this episode, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it here. We've got a bit done. We've almost finished the harvest. We've just got one field of field beans to harvest, which I believe will be September, October time. But for now, all the fields are done. I shall just very quickly pop into the PDA. There we are. So yeah, harvested. The grass is almost ready to cut. That should be ready to go in August, I think. This one we're going to get the canola in. We have straw to get out of this one, and out of this one. So that's going to fill the bale shed with more straw bales, but as I said before, I think I may well just, I'll add a few more into here and then sell some and just make a bit of money back from it, because I don't need to. We've got a lot here. I think it was it 89 bales I think I got on the last episode. I've used 1 today in the 2 feed mixes, so yeah, I think we're going to be all right for straw, wouldn't you say? Right, so anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. Found it a bit fun and a bit interesting. As always, if you're new to my channel and you like the way I do things, you like my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button, giving the video a like if you can, and if you've got any suggestions or tips for me, please hit me up in the comments section below. And there will be a link to various parts of the game's DLCs, season passes, etc., or even the full game itself in the video description below, having recently become a Giants partner. So if any of you are in the market for a purchase like that and you fancy helping a content creator out, I would be hugely appreciative. So, thanks again, everyone, and I shall see you in episode 30.